The Language of Zion. By Jesus, Aharon and Andy. C. 2024.
I had a mentor named Ron who recently passed away. He said, "It's a miracle people can even understand each other with all of the complexities of language, psychology, and meaning." Ron was one to geek out on epistemology and sound, triangulated definitions, with invariant meaning in the words we chose. If you followed that, you might wonder if Ron was a philosopher of sorts. He was, although not self-proclaimed. He was his own worst critic, apologizing and even calling himself so stupid sometimes. Ron knew something of a lost philosophical art of weighting language with invariant meaning, similar to Hebraic numerology assigning precise meaning to words, sentences, and even individual characters.
The effort was a forgotten way to preserve precise meaning and a sound and a universal epistemology.
It's an actual skill and a lifelong study that all liberty-minded people should learn, and Ron learned it from his father and grandfather.
Owning a man's time is just one reality we could fix with precise language. Contracting to complete a task is a better way to say it. It is healthier to the true meaning of words.
Socrates was like Ron, because they both thought that an eager desire to question back and forth, in a friendly searching for meaning was the responsibility of everyone. They both espoused grappling and questioning the meaning of words openly and equally heard and considered, with the goal to finally perfect the word and leave no room for deception in language and meaning.
Ron might say, "What is the predicate in question?" Or, "What is the action the subject intended and the object received?"
The never-ending debate between the subjective and the objective perspective is the Platonic idiom. And it can often be settled by triangulating with the predicate reality. So, in owning a man's time, the subject is the employer, the object is a man's time.
The predicate axis is owning.
With contracting to accomplish a task, the subject becomes the two men. The objective is the thing they build or obstacle they overcome. The predicate here is accomplish. This is only a small example of what the ancient Jews and Socrates and Ron were trying to do. As you know, this lost branch of philosophy would discuss even these two sentences for much longer, deciding which words were invariant, which words were modifiers, and the weight and precise meaning of each. In Jesus' Zion, all people will be epistemologist philosophers like Socrates and Ron because of our shared goal to bind the darkness of deception and fear. Marxism stole many words in curve-fitted meaning and language to justify their worldview.
Every ism did this.
You believe we are children of God. I'm sure you believe that because of Jesus, we know God is a God of pure love. The true God is like Jesus, who values the least among us, and who did not come to be served but to serve. God does not want us to be owned, or for our time to be owned. He wants us to build together without flux or fear. He doesn't want hierarchies of men in position, he wants agreements of family and community consent.
Oncoming fist, red heart, puzzle piece, folded hands, nerd face.
Joshua said that workers in the world are not equal, the subject is workers in the world, the object is at accomplishing tasks.
The predicate action is are not equal. So the action intended for accomplishing, by workers become are not equal. Wouldn't something like, they agree to an honest exchange of value be better?
This case makes the subject two, or more, people, and the object is value. In this example, the predicate reality or the axis of meaning is agree in an honest exchange.
And isn't that a better way to express reality?
Especially if we are all children of God.
So what Aharon is saying begins to make more sense through discussion and triangulating reality in our language.
Folded hands, puzzle piece, red heart, fire. People talk about how Aharon's word choices sound Marxist or that Aharon seems unhinged.
It's an interesting observation and cursory judgment.
I have gotten to know him pretty well over the past 2 years, traveling with him once on business to Tampa, having long conversations, and even a couple weekend conferences we both attended called Jesus Dance.
My opinion is Aharon's unhinged energy is his brilliance.
But the brilliance is hard to see because our brilliance is used to the semi-sleep mode of Babylon that we are all in, where even the best organizations are administered by a hierarchy of intimidation and control. We are asleep partly because our words have been hijacked. In my opinion, Aharon's brilliance belongs to an early Zion stage of where organizations are administered by discussion using precise language, and then eventual and ongoing consent. In Jesus' Zion, the God of pure love never uses the dictatorship or majority rules democracies used by Babylon. Pure love prefers a republic of autonomous families, communities, and regions who decide after unintimidated discussion and eventual and ongoing unanimous consent.
I think Aharon is unhinging from Babylon.
Ron and Socrates were also unhinged because they questioned the norm.
Seeing that through this short conversation requires curiosity and humility. Aharon. Wow. You said what I was trying to say. Thanks. Yes, I have been pondering it, and that is I think it. Like time is the only thing we can't get back. So why are we going to whore ourselves for money? Our time is our most precious thing. Our days are numbered, it shouldn't be wasted in enslavement to another. It should be free men working together generating wealth. Producers working together. That status sickness to seek slaves or seek for enslavement. The security is false and puts people to sleep. Stifles creativity. I mean, I don't know. But that's my. Wow. I finished reading it. Andy.
I listened to your voice message about how you are really thinking hard about the connection of time with money.
You're right. Time is money. Unlimited time would negate the need for money. Tasks accomplished together is better than hired hourly workers.
The one is the reality of a free society of liberty, the other is the reality of slavery and tyranny. You spoke of the importance of trading value for value instead of time for money.
Do you get a feel at least for the importance of the predicate reality?
It's what Socrates was doing that got him killed. It's what Samuel Dale wrote about and why he used a pen name. It does not take long for darkness to snuff out or discredit this kind of liberty-mindedness. It must be adopted en masse by a large majority of the people, or else darkness will cover it up to maintain their control. Put another way, the people of the world must reorganize their cherished organizations from within, giving all control to King Jesus, whose will is made known in ongoing community discussion and eventual and ongoing consent. Like true republics, they must choose representatives by community consent, and then require community unanimous consent to ratify any regional projects.
Aaron. You are opening up a new branch of thinking. Yes. Yes. I want to practice. Wow, wow, wow. I feel so inspired. Well done. You really brought a new strand into reality. Andy.
At some point, the Lord will have you geek out on the Einstein illusion.
He will have you slow down and make sure you understand every sentence and paragraph.
Or at least have a good feel for it before moving forward.
Knowing you will come back to it.
I have a very strong feeling that the truths in that book are sacred, and are part of the solution to binding darkness.
It's not magic. We have to choose it. Some worlds don't choose it. Praise Jesus. Clapping hands, folded hands, red heart, puzzle piece, fire. Aaron. Does that book go in depth on the predicate reality? Andy. Yes. It's the book. Folded hands, it's a gift the Lord will somehow use. Aaron. Okay, very cool. Yes, I want to get that one. Andy. Wait. You have that book. Oops.
I didn't mean the Einstein illusion, although that book adds so much clarity by detailing the anatomy of light, which is the anatomy of the human soul. The book on the predicate reality, the anatomy of language and the language of Zion, is the Platonic idiom.
And you own that one.
It's a Platonic idiom because Plato was the basis of Western civilization, and he only gave us the subjective and objective debates. Plato purposely deleted the teachings of Socrates, who required the discussion-based triangulation of language using predicate reality. Plato left the path of his master, all while using his caricature. Plato brought us the debates of Babylon, and robbed us of the predicate triangulation of heaven on earth.
Aaron. Nice. Andy.
Thank you for reading closely and sharing this moment of truth with me, Aaron. Folded hands, red heart, puzzle piece. I'm sorry for the loss of your friend.
Crying face, broken heart. Aaron. You're welcome. That can be hard to do. Andy. What can be hard to do? Aaron. It really is an illusionary concept to trade time for money. It ties into slavery, the lie that we are different. Noble, commoners, slave, master, etc. Complete lies and system designed to enforce the lie and grieve the people. I have a right to own you because I'm tougher. No, we are the same thing. How can you own yourself? Owning is an illusion of itself.
Stewardship is a more correct term.
Andy. It creates status sickness and idolizing of men and positions. It leads to silencing and eventual tyranny every time. Aaron. It's incredibly inefficient to have a system like that. Complete waste. Not complete, but you know what I mean. Andy.
We will discover there is hard work ahead to reclaim our purposely corrupted language.
By perfecting the word through Socratic discussion, we will begin to see angels in Jesus. Aaron. Agreed, thumbs up, that's so cool. We are fighting the battles. The prophecy is coming true. Andy. Yes. And I know it is presumptuous of me, but I feel strongly in the spirit of prophecy that when worlds get to the point of our technological advancement, they either literally destroy themselves, or enough of them choose to organize like Enoch, under King Jesus, without a finger of control. Aaron, yes. And I don't think that's presumptuous at all. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And it resonates.